Hello and welcome to Immigrant Voices. I'm your host, Tatiana Espinal, and this is the first of what we hope will be several shows connecting North Shore Community College with the diverse immigrant community of the Greater Lynn area. In every show, we're going to introduce you to community leaders. We're going to tell you and give you information that will make your life simpler and easier as you try to make your transition into the U.S. culture. I should know, when I came to the U.S. 20 years ago, I was very grateful for the people that helped me, told me about the school system, about jobs, about housing, transportation, everything that I needed to know. In today's program, we're going to take a closer look to adult immigrants. But first, where do you come from?
My grandfather was fresh, well, we call him Papa. He was from Ireland. And my grandmother, she's Nana, she's in East Boston. She's from Italy. So, and my dad's Italian-Irish.
My family came originally from the Caribbean, and we actually lived down in Connecticut. And that's how we came to America.
I'm from the city of Lynn, but my family's grown up all around. I believe they more or less migrated from like Ireland or France or something like that.
My grandmother is originally from Quebec in Canada.
I crossed the river when I come into the United States. Now I do the right way. And then ahora can make it shortly. I'm citizen of the United States. I work in hard.
My family came from Germany and Scotland, and they immigrated, came over to Prince Edward Island, and then they eventually made their way down to Boston. So I met my wife. She's Guatemalan, and we got married, and her parents have been in the country for 40 years, and well, that pretty much sums it up.
In today's show, I'm going to introduce you to several people who have come to the United States recently, and they're trying to make it in this country, learning English. Let's meet Lorenzo Puentes. Lorenzo is from El Salvador.
Came into this country in 1997 and has been a nice experience. It's a really poor country, and we all think about coming to United States to looking for better life, and that's how I decided to leave my home country, thinking my future and my family and my kid. Someday I had one, and I do now. I had a couple brothers. They came in here a long time ago, like in the 80s. And first time came to Massachusetts, I came to my brother's house.
Now, let me introduce you to Brima Sadie. Brima is from Guinea-Bissau in West Africa.
I came to Guinea-Bissau, West Africa, and I was born in south of my country, poor country and a small country. The life is not easy in my country because it's poor country. And my parents, they was poor, and I was born in one family. We don't have. I mean, the first in the family went to the school, the Portuguese school. And for side of my mom, I'm only one by myself. But my father, by my father, I have half sister. And was my father's died because he was military. The Portuguese colonized my country, and but he stay with Portuguese. He's not stay with our people. And he died, I think, in 1973. Sorry. And in this time, my life is changed because I live in far from the capital. I don't know about people, so, and the Portuguese governments, took me. They put me in the Catholic church, like one orphanage, for say my father, and my family is Muslims. Do you understand that? It's a lot of change. I say, okay, one day I need to come to visit the United States because my friend talked to me about that. And when I came in 2001, the month is August 25, and something happened in September, 9/11 is like, and my friends tell me, what do you want to go to do, don't go back, stay here with us, you try to do your dream, everything you think.
And finally, let me introduce you to Maria Carrasco. Maria is from Dominican Republic, and she's a community leader. Why is she a community leader? Because she's the first Latina that's been elected to the Lynn School Committee.
Hi, my name is Maria Carrasco, and I am a school committee member of Lynn, and my background is that I'm coming from Dominican Republic. I'm Latina, and I live in Lynn for more than 30 years. Very proud. My sister is always one person in the family, the first one who came. So one of my sisters came to this country, and she was the first one, and then she brought my mother, and my mother was doing all the paperwork to bring everybody else. And that was, so I came here in 1981. When I came to Lynn, it was the city, I never moved out. It was Lynn. I had no English at all, no knowledge. And so I couldn't pursue my career that was a teacher back in the Dominican Republic. So, and as everybody else, I was working as in manufacturing, shoemaker. So I learned how to make shoes. It was good. It was good money at that time. I was able to provide for my family here and also the family that you live overseas. Because even if for many people here, we believe that family is your children and your husband. Overseas in Dominican Republic, we believe that brother, sister, and also cousins, they also are family, and we have to provide for them.
Going to school as an adult can be challenging, but if you're an adult immigrant and you're doing it in English, it can be a little intimidating. Let's hear from our guests and what their experience was like.
I work in a factory, yes, organizing books and here and there, because I didn't speak the language, so I didn't have any options. So whatever they offered me, that's what I took. A couple months later, after I came in to Massachusetts, I decided to take English classes, but I didn't know where to start. So when I was working, I started asking questions, and I found a guy. He said he was taking classes in Brookline, Massachusetts. So that's what I did. I went with him and signed up together, and I took classes about 6 months. It helped me a lot, but it was just the beginning. I felt lost, but it was just the beginning, like I said. I took classes there, and then I had to work 2 jobs, and I left the school for a little bit. Like a year later, I came back to school again, about 6 months. I stopped again, and that's how I did that for about 5 years, 6 years, going back for 5, 6 months, and then start working again to save some money, to have some money to pay the school and to pay my bills and everything else. Like maybe 5, 6 years later, I started feeling more comfortable talking to people, and I started learning more at work than before, talking to American people and everything was getting normal. Like 2 years later after that, maybe 3, I decided to take like classes for GED, and that's what I did. I did it for a couple of years, and after I took my test in North Shore Community College, I passed it, and that's how my life has been in the last maybe 10, 12 years. It's something I really wanted to do since I was little, to go to college, but I didn't have the opportunity. And that was the reason why I left my country, because I heard that in here we have more opportunities to have a better life. It has been great. I just love college. I love college. I want to be a chef. I want to start everything. I just love food. I like everything about food.
In the United States is the first time, and it's like I'm interested, but in my life some things is happening in my life. Sometimes I say, no, wait, this is the, you say every time, wait, I want to do this, time is past, and when I came here, I say, you know what? The first day I come here, I came here, I say, when I went to the school, asked for different communities, and this is I did. I started to the Dorchester, the Roxbury, and the Spanish community helped me, and the Cape Verdean community too. I'm staying there, but it's not easy because you working full-time job and you come back sometime, and the snow and different things, the cultural shock is a lot of things at the same time. But I'm interested in the first time I came here. I went to the schools they show me. I try to do my best all the time. But it's not like now. Now I feel more than better because it's something I say, okay, now I'm learning every day, and I have my wife is helping me a lot. And I think it's very important for us learn English because it's the language around the world. Everybody talking. It's not easy. The important is you need to learn English is something very important in our life because in the United States, the first language is English. If you don't speak English or write English or read, you can do nothing with your life. And this is very important. In case the immigrants they came here in this country, to do his best to doing something about English.
One time I decided to learn English, and as a matter of fact, I went to North Shore Community College. I was there for 2 years. I still have my heavy accent, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The good thing is that you need to learn how to communicate, which is very important. It doesn't matter about accent. It's about how can you make people to understand you, and how can you understand people and communicate. I believe that. And so I went to learn English, and I continued over there, and I got a social degree. And so, non-education, it was something different. It was drug and alcohol, and the reason was because I saw a lot of people here in Lynn that have problems with drug and alcohol, and then for some reason they had to go for a halfway house or some training or workshops, but they are not able to understand because nobody speaks the language. So I said, how can they send? I mean, they make mistakes. They do wrong things that we don't want to do it, but how can somebody provide some kind of counseling if they don't do it in their own language? So I tried to do this, and I was working in that field for that was my part-time job for more than 7 years. Yes, and I love to do this. So that was, after that, I was also working at the same time my full-time job at North Shore Career Center. I still work there, and I've been there for 22 years. It seems like after you speak English and learn how to write and read, doors open for you. And that is the key. I believe that you can come in here with any profession or occupation, but if you don't speak the language, it's going to be difficult, and we have to give it time. It's a sacrifice. I remember that my youngest daughter was telling me, Ma, you don't have time for me. It's true. I didn't. Because whatever was taken for somebody, if somebody English speaking was taking 1 hour to do the homework, for me it was like 3 hours. But I did, and I'm so proud. And my daughter is proud of me now. When my 3 children were together, it was difficult because, tell you the truth, I didn't speak English. So my daughter was in 2nd grade, my son was in 1st grade, and it was so difficult to help them with the homework. It's something that I know that many parents that I've been there and they go through the same situation. So I bought a dictionary. That was one that I did. Another thing is that I was watching always the cartoons that has a very good vocabulary helping me with my kid to learning how to pronounce. And so it was difficult, but not impossible because my dictionary was helping me. And kids, they are so good, especially at that age, like 6 and 8. That was the age that they have when they came to United States. So it was so good that they were teaching me. You see, we were learning together. And that was the time that we were taking at home after my job in salon shoes. So that's what I was doing, helping them, and they were helping me. So it was like a play around, but it really wasn't play. We are learning how to do it. For my youngest daughter was different because she was born here. She went to daycare, and in daycare they catch the language right away. So right now she's bilingual. She speaks both language, but she never attended any bilingual schools. She was always in English classes. Yes.
And speaking Spanish at home.
Yes. And right now she has a good job just because she speaks both language. That's because I always telling kids, please don't forget your language, because when you speak two languages, you can have more opportunities to get a better job. Yes.
And can you tell me a little how it was that you came to be on the school committee and what that experience has been like?
That is something that, well, I was a teacher, like I said, for 15 years, but in Dominican Republic. And over here, what I see is that we have 72% of the students are minorities. We have here that together with African American, Cambodian, and Latino, that's what we have. But 45% of the students are Latino. And in this city, where we have around right now, according to the census, we have 89,000 residents. But in this city, we only see, we don't see any representation from the whole city, which is very diverse population. We just see one side. And when I was doing campaign for Divorce Party, that was the beginning in 2006. I was very motivated. And I said, you know what? I was knocking people's door, asking people to vote for Divorce Party, maybe because he was bringing something different to the community. So I said, I should run for a school committee because I don't see many people involved. I don't see many parents. Parents are afraid even to go to school. They don't know how to be involved. And I said, let me go to run. And I have people behind me who were helping me. I have an organization that is grassroots organization, neighbor to neighbor, and they were helping me to run. I don't know, and I didn't know about politicians, put it this way, but they were teaching me. I was also very hard, in my point, I was very passionate about running, and I said, if you don't dare, you never know. So I did, and I was able to make it. It was great because I became the first Latina ever elected as an official in the city of Lynn.
Here are some final thoughts about life and learning in the U.S.
Something is very important to learn about, or to say to other people understand that this cultural shock is very, very difficult. Because when you come here in Africa, we don't have snow, and we talk different languages, maternal language, and the official language. But in the United States, only English. It's like very different. And but I like living in the United States.
My daughter, she's really happy since she heard that I was going to college. She's she doesn't stop talking about that, asking me how I'm doing. And I do the same thing with her. I ask her how she's doing in school. And it's great because I can help her a lot more than before. I can learn more things just to help her. And I think that's the best way to teach kids, show them how to do things and show them the best way to do it, not just telling them do this or go to a college. If we show them the door, I think it will be easier than we just tell them this is the door. But we open the door going to a college and tell them, I'm going to a college, so you have to go to a college. I think it's the best way to teach them. We all need to learn things to teach our kids. We all need to think about send our kids to a college, help them to get into a college. But like it said, we have to show them the way, not just tell them there is the way. We have to open the door, not just tell them the door is right there. Well, I want to say that this is a great country. When we do the right thing, this can be the best thing in this world. But at the same time, a lot of immigrants come in here and do the wrong thing and everything else. So if someone wants to come into this country, please do the right thing, and it will be like their own country.
We believe that with all the students that we have in our city, we should have more model to follow. We don't have that. You go to schools and you see many kids from Cambodia, kids from African American, Latinos, but you don't see all the teachers to reflect. So they don't have a model to follow up. It seems like it's very difficult for students because the message that we are sending to them is that only white people can have position that key position, like in control. Or I don't want to say control, can be something else, but yes, to make a change, to make a difference. And that is right now when I go to school. One day I went to one school and they were middle, they were like 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, and I asked the kids, what you want to be? And one kid said to me, I want to work in McDonald's. It's sad. So what I said to that kid, I said, I want you, and I hope that you can be my daughter when I become sick. Because we need to provide and telling them what they want to be. That's something that I always want to tell parents. Please tell your kid, ask your kid, make sure that they know that they can be whatever they want to be. Make sure that they can be a doctor, they can be a lawyer, they can be a plumber, electrician, whatever they want to be. But make sure that they know that. Make sure that they know that they have a future. This is a country of opportunity. Education pay. And we believe that we need to teach our students, our kids, parents, that special parents need to take kids, their own kids, that they can be the next Obama if they want to.
Please join us next time when we talk about the school system and how to have a really good relationship with the teachers in the schools. Do you know what to expect from teachers, and do you know what they expect from you? Thank you so much for watching. This is Immigrant Voices. I'm your host, Tatiana Espinal. Until next time.